Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Age Bold Summit. Super happy to start off the morning with you guys. My name is Alison Burmeister. I'm your Bold Yoga instructor, and I'm here today to work with you on yoga in ways that maybe you have or haven't worked with it before, in the sense that we're going to use a chair. So if you're used to yoga on the mat, which I have over here, mat, we're not going to use a mat today. We're going to mainly stay to the chair and standing poses. Because I like to think that yoga, although you say chair yoga, you think easy. It's not easy per se, but it's accessible. And so today's yoga is going to be accessible yoga with me, Alison. So thanks for joining. That being said, we do want you to have some form of a chair, preferably one that does not have wheels on it. So if you're at an office chair, that's okay, but just be conscious of that. And if you are sitting in a chair and your legs are not, or I should say your feet are not touching the ground, like a higher type chair, maybe see if you can find one where your feet are going to come to a 90-degree angle with the knees to the hips. So creating that 90-degree angle, feet, knee, hips. A few other things that we want you to know as we go through these exercises: if anything does not feel right to you or again accessible to you, then feel free to modify or take a break as you feel necessary. But first and foremost, before we do anything, we just need to find ourselves in a comfortable seated position. So I invite you to have a seat and find yourself so that you're not leaning into the chair. We're going to sit up nice and tall, and then find ourselves evenly rooted into our sit bones. So you might even find yourself rocking side to side and noticing each sit bone as you do so. And then noticing as you settle them both in, how you start to feel rooted and a little bit more centered. And then from there, rising up through into the chest, into the sternum, out to the shoulders, and then just placing your hands comfortably on your lap. Taking an inhale, fill the belly up with air. And exhale, release. So this is maybe your first activity of the day. So we want to enter it with grace and with kindness, and know that we're going to listen to our bodies throughout. So as you inhale and you fill the belly with air, see if you can't notice how it expands. A lot of times when we say take a deep breath, people take a deep breath up into their chest. We want to lower that breath down into our diaphragm. So you actually will feel your stomach fill with air on the inhale, just like a balloon. And then exhale. You could place your hands right onto your stomach to notice how that feels. Inhaling and exhaling. So again, if your hands are placed just gently onto the lap, we want to start to feel as we inhale ourselves getting a little bit taller, as if that breath were rising all the way up and out the top of our head. And then exhale, rooting down into the sit bones that we established are evenly rooted into the chair. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. So this is the breath that's going to guide us all through our practice, whether we're sitting or standing, moving or still. The breath is what's going to keep us centered. Let's begin to move. Just starting slow and easy with our head and our neck, just taking the chin over to one side and over to the other side. If you just woke up not that long ago, you might notice any cricks or cracks in your neck. So starting to feel and be aware of where your body might be holding tightness or tension. It's good to be aware of this as we begin to know that where maybe it'll disappear by the end. And then making a big circle all the way around, drawing the chin up, around, and through, and then taking it the other way. And then coming back, finding your chin parallel. Notice if your chin, especially if you do a lot of computer work, or if you're on your phone or even driving, there's this tendency for our chin to kind of want to pronate forward. We want to draw our chin. So something as simple as just drawing the chin forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And now taking that chin drawn back, side to side, side to side. All right, getting into our shoulders now. Just go ahead and shake them out. Get a little loose. And then begin to circle. Again, using our breath as you inhale, open up, lift your heart. And exhale around. Inhale, fill the belly up. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the belly on the exhale. This time, opening up with your arms as well. Reach up, lift your heart. And exhale, circle through. Back bends are natural mood enhancers, so it's nice to just take a moment to lift your heart and get a little back bend to get a bit of a boost in your morning. One more time. Inhale, reach up, open up, lift your heart. And exhale. We're going to reverse it now. Just realizing what range of motion we have in our shoulders. It might be more or less for some of us. Taking it back around and through, up, around. And then this time, as you come around, interlace your hands up above your head and press the palms up towards the ceiling. So you start to press up the palms, feeling your feet rooted into the earth as well. So pressing down into the feet, pressing up into the palms, lengthening through the side body, resting down into those sit bones. So feeling all these opposite lines of energy in our body. Big inhale. And then exhale, keeping that, just relax the shoulders, squeeze the belly. Notice if you have any sway in your lower back. We don't want this. We want that tuck of the pelvis engaged in the core and sinking down in the shoulders, settling into the shoulders, making sure the chin's drawn back. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale, pressing it up, and exhale. On your next inhale, press it up and lean over to the side. If for whatever reason pressing up like this is too much, you can always bend your elbows just a little bit, still benefit from the stretch in the wrists and leaning over in that stretch to the side. Pressing, lengthening, stretching, leaning over, come on up and take it to the other side. Notice that your head is relaxing as well as you lean over, no tension in the neck. And then come on back up, reach up, lift your heart, release your hands, open up, and exhale, circle through. Taking an inhale, reach up. This time as you exhale, you're going to hinge at the hips. So again, engaging at the core, hinging at the hips, lean forward, just about halfway, just to start to feel your heart drawing forward. Your lower back is engaging, hands are at hips. Taking an inhale, and exhale. Now, taking an inhale and exhale, notice how you can feel your lower back engaging here. One more inhale, fill the belly up, and exhale, squeeze. Now on your next inhale, reach your arms out, lengthen out in front of you. So from the side, if you've ever done yoga on the mat, you might start to recognize this starts to feel a little bit like chair pose, only we're seated the whole time. So taking an inhale and exhale. We want to make sure the shoulders aren't bunched up around our ears. The shoulders are rounded, the shoulder blades are coming together at the back, but we are reaching through our fingertips, taking an inhale and exhale. Starting to feel our feet pressing down, activating into the quad muscles. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale, reaching and lengthening. And then as you exhale, release the lower back and forward fold. And now feel a nice stretch come all the way across the lower back, releasing the shoulders around the knees, releasing your head into a nice forward fold, noticing your jaw, your tongue, your eyes, the space between your brows. You might decide here that you want to form a box around your head, grabbing opposite elbows. That creates a little bit more traction in the shoulders as you fold all the way down. Taking a breath, you'll notice as you fill the belly with air, how it presses against your thighs, filling up that space between your upper body and your torso and your legs. Big inhale. Make sure your head is relaxed.
I always say when I look up, if I could see you right now staring back at me, I would know your head's not relaxed. So make sure that you relax your head right now. One more inhale and exhale. And then release it down. This time rising up halfway. Again, bring those arms up, rise up. And now this time, exhale, sweep the hands back, pull the heart forward. On an inhale, reach up, rise up, open up, and exhale, hands to heart. Pressing the hands together right at the front of the chest, fingertips down and up, little stretch for the wrists. And again, we're gonna release, sweep it back. Take an inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold it in. This time, as you inhale, fly the arms out to the side, lift your heart up, open up. Exhale, sweep it down. Inhale, reach it up, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. If you're not already at the edge of your chair, scoot yourself just a little bit closer to the front of the chair. Taking an inhale, sitting up tall, exhale, you're gonna take opposite elbow to knee, place it down, and then the leg that is not connected to your elbow right now is going to straighten out in front of you. So looking at it from the front, you're here. Looking at it from the side, you're here. Taking an inhale, lengthening in the spine, hands pressed together, squeeze and twist it out. And then you can lean a little bit further towards that straight leg, flexing the toes towards you. Nice stretch for the hamstrings, nice stretch for the lower back, nice stretch for the wrists. Take an inhale and exhale. Maybe take your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then reach it up, rise up, bring both knees back into center, hands to heart. One more time, half-seated sun salutation. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, fly it out, lift the heart, open up. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Again, I'm coming to the edge of my chair if I'm not already there. Taking an inhale and exhale, squeeze and twist. So opposite elbow, doesn't matter which one. Just make sure you're doing the other one that you didn't do last time. As you hook that elbow into the knee, lengthen out the other leg in front of you, flexing the toes. Taking an inhale, lengthening, exhale, squeeze and gaze up towards the opposite shoulder that faces the ceiling. Again, from the side, we're here. Big inhale and exhale. Maybe you lean a little bit further over towards that flexed foot, getting a deeper stretch in the hamstring. Inhale and exhale. And then come on back up, reach it up. And exhale once again, back to center. Taking an inhale, reach up. This time, as you exhale, go ahead and grab one knee. Doesn't matter which one because you're gonna do them both, but just make sure that you're aware of which one you do this time so you make sure you do both. And we're gonna take our hands and squeeze our knee nice and tight as we sit up, inhale, and then exhale. Draw that knee towards the chest. Seeing if you can't lift up in that mid back, drawing your heart to your knee. Inhale, relax the shoulders. Just caught my shoulders being a little bit tight because there is that traction of holding the knee here, but we also want to make sure that we're not holding any extra tension there. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale, and then we're gonna flex and point our foot, flex and point, and then circle it round. This is where you might get those cricks and cracks. You can hear mine, both directions. Oh yeah, there they are. And then go ahead and hold underneath, sitting up tall, and kick it out. Kick it out. Feel your knee joint active. We're gonna need these muscles, our quad muscles here in just a moment, so it's nice to get them warmed up. Kick it out.
And now this time, kick it out, flex, and set it down in front of you. If you're not at the edge of your chair, you'll want to get there. Reaching up, big inhale. And now this time, exhale, opposite hand to knee comes down. So if your left foot's out in front, your right hand's going to come down to the shin, and the other arm is going to open up and out to the side. Inhale and exhale. Maybe your hand comes to your shin. Maybe it comes to your ankles. Maybe you can touch your toes. Taking an inhale and exhale, twist it up. One more inhale and exhale. Come on down, back to center. Both knees are bent. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, grab that other knee, lift it up, squeeze it tight, finding yourself sitting up nice and tall. Notice the difference of this versus this. Feel that core engagement, round the shoulders, squeeze and lift. Taking an inhale and exhale. Remember the chin drawing towards the spine. And then go ahead, flex and point. Flex and point. And circle the ankle. This one's not so bad. Both directions. And then holding underneath, kicking it out. Staying tall, staying lifted in the belly. Kick it out for 3, 2, and 1. All the way out. Set it down. Our opposite hand is coming down onto the shin or the ankle, or maybe all the way to the toes as we reach out and open in a twist. Taking it to the side, opening it up. Big inhale and exhale. And then come on back down to center. Hands at hips. Taking an inhale, exhale, draw one knee up. Hold it, set it down. Inhale, exhale, draw the other knee up. Hold it, feel the core engaged. Inhale and exhale, marching it out. Lifting those legs, starting to feel those hips working for us because you're gonna need them here in a second. And then reaching up with our arms. Reach up and down, up and down. Starting to feel that connection of our upper body to our lower half. Reach it up and down for 2 more. And 1 more. And now feet firmly rooted, making sure that they're directly underneath your knees and that your knees are connected right into the hips. Taking your hands either at the chair or at the hips or maybe at the knees or maybe coming all the way forward, we're going to bring ourselves to hover out and back down. Hovering out and back down. On this next one, as we hands either at the chair or at the knees, we're going to use that momentum to press all the way up to standing for our sit stands. We're going to do 5 more of these. So if you found already that you're more comfortable staying in the chair, just keep with those hovers. Just keep doing hovers as we continue on to do 5. As we inhale, reaching up, and exhale, sit stands. Here we go. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. I lied. Technically, we had to do 1 more to get back up to standing. So if you're going to stay seated for this next part, please know that I'll advise some different ways to modify for what we're going to do. But if you're standing, join me. We're going to come to the back of our chair and use the back of the chair kind of like a bar at a ballet class or something where your hands can be here. Or if you
you want to challenge yourself, bring your hands to your hips. So whether your hands are here or here, we're going to take our right leg back, staying tall, kick it back, kicking it back. And then from here, kick it back and press it back into crescent pose, reaching up with the arms or hands here. Now, if you're still seated, what you could do here at this point is reverse it. If you're seated in your chair, this front leg would come forward again. You would flex and fold forward and stretch just as we were doing before when we were seated. So taking an inhale and exhale, sitting up tall, pressing into the back heel. From here, taking your left hand, come back to your left hip, right arm reaches forward and reaches all the way up and up, spinning your back foot flat for warrior one. So we went from being on the ball of the foot, pressing into the heel of the foot. Taking an inhale and exhale. Notice if your shoulders are bunching up around your ears. Relax the shoulders down. Taking one more inhale and exhale. This is an internally rotated posture. We're going to go from this warrior one out to warrior two, which is a slightly wider stance. Taking an inhale and exhale. So those of us that have stayed here in warrior two, taking an inhale and exhale, reaching out and possibly holding your arms out to the side. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking one more inhale and exhale. And then looking out, taking your left hand, reaching up, reverse warrior. Lift your heart. Notice that back shoulder is relaxed as you lift and open up. Big inhale. And then exhale, bringing your left hand maybe down to the chair or your left elbow down to your knee, reaching up and all the way over for extended side angle. Let your head relax. If your hand is here at the chair, just using that for your balance as you reach over to the side. And then coming back up, this knee that is bent is going to straighten. You might actually shorten your stance just a little bit here for triangle. Reaching out, lengthening out for triangle over this front straight leg. You want to see that your upper body is tracking over that front leg. You might bring your hand onto the seat of the chair, or you might bring it down here onto your shin and open all the way up. Taking an inhale and exhale. I always tell people this is my favorite pose, triangle, because it accesses our psoas muscle. You might feel a nice stretch right here on your inner thigh, all the way up as you open up. This is our fight or flight muscle. This is our emotional center in our body. So take a nice inhale and exhale. Settle into it. One more inhale and exhale before squaring both hips back up. So again, coming into an internal rotation, folding forward. Taking an inhale and exhale, and then stepping it back up to switch to take it to the other side. So standing up tall, again, hands either at the hips or at the chair, kicking it back, and kicking it all the way back, stepping it back, pressing into that back heel, rising up to crescent. Taking an inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings here. Inhale and exhale. And then go ahead and either take your hand down to the chair or leave it up as your opposite hand comes to the hip and pulls the hip back as your back foot spins flat. So now looking down, you have a heel to heel alignment. We're still square in our hips as we reach up for warrior one. Taking an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. These are warrior poses. This is a great way to start your day feeling valiant and strong.
getting energized as you take a big inhale. And now exhale, seeing it from the backside, warrior two. We want to take a little bit wider stance, finding that our knee is still tracking directly over our foot. Our back foot is spun flat once again. Our hips are square under our shoulders, and our arms are either out, or maybe you take them to your hips. And then reaching up, reversing it, lifting up, inhaling. Notice the shoulder that's back is relaxed as you lift up, lengthen up. And then exhale, extended side angle, either down or to the chair, reaching all the way over. And then come on back. Straighten out the leg for triangle. I always like to shorten my stance just a little bit for triangle as I lean over. Hands come to my shin, reaching up, lifting, lengthening. Notice that you're not holding any tension in this shoulder that's down to the ground as you lengthen and open up. Big inhale and exhale. And now inhale and exhale, squaring your hip back up to the chair. Fold all the way forward. Inhale and exhale. And then stepping back up, spinning onto the ball of that back foot, stepping back up to your chair, just to end our practice seated. Those of you that maybe have been sitting this whole time, welcome to join us back as we find ourselves again back in this accessible space of yoga on the chair. Reaching up, exhale, come on down, grab your knee, flex your foot, open up your hip, and either cross your ankle right on top of that knee or slip it down right at your other ankle on top. Opening up the knee, take an inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, you're going to lean and exhale forward. So if your foot is down at your ankle, we're working towards opening the knee here. If our ankle is on top of the knee is softening down into what we would consider our seated pigeon pose. So possibly taking your elbow and pressing it against that knee as you fold it in. Inhale and exhale. Once again, relaxing your head, your neck, your shoulders. This is a great pose to take if you're seated at a desk or any reason of traveling and you find yourself having to sort of stay in one position. This is a great way to relieve that tension that rises up in the hips. And then come on up. The same leg that's crossed on top is just going to squeeze and hug in tight. Taking an inhale, reaching up, and exhale. Nice twist. Opposite hand to knee. Squeeze it over. And then come on back. Lift it up. Set it down. Inhale, reaching up, taking it to the other side. Whatever leg you did last time, make sure you're doing the other one. Lift it up. Flex. Open, either crossing down below, leaning in, or right on top, softening, opening the knee, even on the sit bones. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Relaxing the head, the neck, the jaw, the tongue, the eyes, the space between the brows. One more inhale and exhale before slowly coming back up, squeezing that knee on top nice and tight. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, twisting it out, sitting up tall. Inhale, exhale, squeeze and twist. And coming back, lifting the leg up, setting it down. And taking 3 breaths for our minds, our bodies, and our spirits to finish as we inhale, reach up. This one's for your minds, may they be clear. And again, inhale, reaching it up for your bodies, may they be strong and healthy. And one more for your spirit, may it be lifted. Big inhale, reach it up, and exhale.